So I thought it would be fun if I did some Zen Bowl Lite other than for grooming or nail care, because it is such a versatile behavior. So I wanted to video some different contexts so that people can use it for different things. So my dog has come out of TPLO surgery. We're going to do some rehab exercises. And a lot of times when people are doing rehab exercises, when there's food in their hands, the dogs can get manic or worked up, and they're too busy trying to get to the food than to focus on the exercise. And it's hard for the owner. So I thought, well, why don't I do a few exercises using the Zen Bowl? Because one, it gets the food out of your hand, and two, if your dogs know the Zen Bowl, mine is Zen Bowl Lite. I don't have full impulse control on my Zen Bowl. So if you can use Zen Bowl Lite while you're doing some of these exercises, you're getting the food out of your hands, and your dog is focusing on the food and the food in the bowl, and the exercise is not your hands, right? Because a lot of times, most of the things we do, we need two hands to do it. So getting the food out of our hands helps that. I'm just going to do a few exercises while I'm doing the Zen Bowl, and then you guys can maybe apply this method to some of the things you do, whether it's rehab, grooming, maybe stationing, anything that you feel like, man, that would be a great way for me to get food out of my hands, get my dog to focus on something else, not me, so that you can use it in everyday life. The other thing I always do is I put the food always on the same place of her mat, so she knows where the food is going, so that she doesn't need to worry about that. And I'm going to try to get her to stay in that same place. So right now, I'm just doing some body shifting, getting her to move, so that she's stabilizing herself. When we do rehab, we want our dogs to work on their small muscles too, not just their big muscles. So I'm just moving her to get her to shift that weight to her rear leg, where her TPLO was. And again, so she's focusing on the bowl and not me, so that I can do some more work without so much fidgeting. And we're still pretty early in the recovery process. Good. And when she looks at the bowl, I'm going to mark that and feed her to always reinforce that that's what I want you to do. If I'm messing with you, I want you to look at the bowl. That's the right behavior. The three-legged stand and the weight shifting, those are good exercises to use, because those are ones you need to move around, and you need to have two hands to do them usually. So I think those are two exercises that are great to use Zen Bowl Lite for, okay? Because definitely some of the exercises you could use food in your hand. I just feel like these two in particular are good candidates for Zen Bowl Lite. Good. 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 The rear is still really hard for her. Good. Good. So I hope this gives you an idea of different things you can do with Zen Bowl Lite outside of grooming or nail care. Anything your dog needs to focus on, be still, stay in one place, have some duration. This is a good behavior to have to maybe train some of those things, give you a starting point to train those things. I like that it gets food out of my hand, and that way I have two hands to work on my dog to do something. And it allows them to do some hard things because it gives them something to focus on. Their job is to look at the bowl. Good. Their job is to look at the bowl. And because they have a job, which is looking at the bowl, then they're not focused on other things like my hands, me moving around, or me touching them. I hope you enjoyed this episode today. I would always appreciate if you subscribe to the channel, and that way you'll see when new episodes are loaded up onto the channel. Have a good day.